What's up, guys? Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Hope all is well, and let's get right into it today. So we are on cryptocompare.com. Just because they have different metrics, we can see real-time prices for XRP, and we are still holding over 60 cents. Absolutely crazy considering the last weekly candle closure and also the monthly. Anyways, I want to go over Moby, M-O-B-I. This is very, very interesting, and of course, to no surprise, we have big members involved in this group, such as Ripple with XRP, Ford, GM, BMW, IOTA, VeChain, Fetch AI, Ocean Protocol. I'm just, spitballing off the top of my head here. Plenty of crypto assets and plenty of car manufacturers. So little fun fact before I get into this is essentially, according to the United Nations, urban populations are going to be increasing approximately 50% by the year 2050. Therefore, this urbanization, higher population, and higher pollution is going to be difficult to manage. There's approximately 1.25 million people that die in car accidents globally every year, and now cities, due to all of these trends, are looking for new ways to manage not only the infrastructure, the vehicle flow, and obviously the data. So there's some big things on the way, and essentially we can see right here, this mobility open payment blockchain initiative, building the new economy of movement. So I know we talk about the internet of value, not small value. We talk about the internet of autonomy, like, with AI based crypto assets like Fetch AI, Singularity Net, things of this nature. They are all going to be working together, guys. And I believe that XRP will play a huge role in the world of streaming payments. So anyways, I'm going to show you a few clips in this video, and then I'll go over some other projects and, of course, Ripple's connections here. So right here, I want to show you, let's do the 53-second mark, and it's probably just going to be like 10 seconds or so.
IoT.
So right here, this is what I wanted to point out. So right here, we have building the new economy of movement. We have Internet of Things, AI, and machine learning, because once you create autonomy, they can actually learn with pure logic. We have 5G wireless networks, blockchain, smart objects, and decentralized finance, edge cloud computing, GPS and real-time location, and smart cities and government tech. Now, something interesting to note is this, and I'm sure many of you are aware of this, that there's different, insurance providers right now that are giving you a piece, like a tracker to put in your vehicle, and it will monitor how you're driving for 6 months or a year, if you're doing complete stops, if you accelerate too much, and it will potentially offer you a discount or give you better rates. Now, some people see that as very good, and then another way you could look at it is essentially we are just being tamed. So there's a lot of perspectives with that. I don't want to get conspiratorial, but nonetheless, very interesting. All right. So we have all these technologies coming together to kind of a culmination point. And now I want to show you these DIDs. And now I'm not talking about, telecom. I'm talking about actual digital identifiers. And then there's VIDs, vehicle identifiers. So I just want to show you about a 20-second clip, and then we'll keep going and listen up to this. So let's see here, right here.
Or business. With a car wallet, a vehicle can pay as it moves on a road, allowing users to pay for infrastructure they utilize. In addition to road use, cities are also able to charge for congestion and carbon emissions. To offset these costs, users can sell services and data. Users can sell extra seats in their vehicles. Users can charge.
And so this could involve a variety of crypto assets, but what I'm believing is for payments, there's going to be some crypto assets that act as that bridge currency. Now there's also things that will contain data, maybe Ocean Protocol, or QNT will play as an operating system. VeChain for supply chain management. You could talk about even energy web. Like, who knows? There's huge potential here.
Others to use their vehicles when not in use. Vehicles can also report flaws in infrastructure, accidents.
Essentially, this is pure automation. Now, I'm going to go over a few really good articles as well. And let me just take a look at some of these partners so you guys understand this isn't just speculation. Like, look at these people that are working here. Accenture, early Ripple investor, helping many of the central banks around the globe for the real-time gross settlement system. Coincidence? I think not. We can see Cognizant. We've done videos on them. Consensus and the recent acquisition, of course, in the relationship to JP Morgan and Quorum. We have Constellation, BMW, AWS, no big deal. We've seen them everywhere. Essentially, most blockchain companies are, AWS and Microsoft. Nonetheless, Microsoft does run a validator on the XRP ledger. We have Fetch, and of course, out of Cambridge. Very interesting project, guys. Potentially one of my long-term holds as well. I'm awaiting for them to be added to Coinbase, just like Ocean Protocol. Now we have Ford right here. We have GM, Hyundai, Honda, Hyperledger, it just keeps going and going. We had IBM back there as well. Yep, IBM. And you guys can go through these. Loopring is another interesting project, believe it or not. And I do know there are some relationships to Coinbase as well. We have Quant for all of you Overledger fanatics. All right, Quant Stamp. Ocean Protocol is another big one. Of course, QNT, guys. I've been a holder of this for quite some time. IOTA. Used to hold a lot of IOTA. I think I still have some somewhere, but not a lot. R3, of course, Ripple. So they're always connected. R3 and Ripple, I'm telling you, they're always involved. And keep in mind, R3 is the big money, the Wall Street boys. Ripple is the, that hot $10 billion unicorn or decacorn valued company that is getting more and more attention. Now, see this smart cities right here? I have some really interesting stuff to share with you today that was sent to me by a buddy in the community. And his name is Matthew, L-I-N-Y, on Twitter. Definite follow, hardcore researcher. So right here, we have World Economic Forum as well. You know their initiatives, guys. We've heard what all those people have been saying about carbon emissions and Energy Web Token teaming up with, and that's a crypto that's teaming up with the XRP Ledger Foundation. You can't make this up. All right. So this is all sent to me by Matthew, L-I-N-Y now, these next 3 links, and then we're going to call it a day. Super interesting. Please stick with me, guys. You have to level up your knowledge while we are waiting for price action so you know exactly what is at play here. Because I think a big mistake many people are going to do is they're going to sell out too early, and they're just going to be sick to their stomach when they could have made potentially another 100x on their investment. All right. Right here. So this is the good stuff. Emerald Insight, guys. So on emerald.com, this is just today, and Matt just sent this to me, December 4th, 2020. Potential integration of blockchain technology into a smart, sustainable city in SSC, Smart Sustainable City Developments, a systematic review. Now you can download this, essentially the abstract right here. Let me find the abstract. And let me just read this guy. Yeah, right here. So prior literature lacks concrete and systematic review of the current blockchain application in smart, sustainable cities. And we know that is also a huge growth trend. We just talked about urbanization that covered to the full extent of various components. So all of this, a transparent ledger and smart contracts, guys, true automation is literally the perfect technology to complement all of this. And yes, cryptocurrencies are at the center of all of this. This is not just some random asset that we're going to speculate on. I know Bitcoin right now, that store of value narrative, blah, blah, blah. I wish it well, but I am here to invest in protocols that are going to be a part of the future infrastructure and the internet of everything. Remember, internet is just a network of networks. That's all it is. So I think that our concept of the internet in the next 10 years, 20 years is going to change rapidly. Right here. Thus, this study explores the integration of blockchain technology, and this can even be, just distributed ledger tech. Blockchain is just a smaller subset of it, but it's used interchangeably. It's kind of an umbrella term lately in making the city smarter, safer, and sustainable, and also essentially just automated. All right. So here we go. This was December 2020, just today on the 4th, or published, on the other side of the world. All right, so now right here, guys, this is the cool stuff. So we go back to 2018 in May. Major automakers startup launch a mobility open blockchain initiative. So this is back in 2018. So we have BMW, we have Accenture, IBM creating this consortium to explore how blockchain will reinvent mobility. These people are looking into this. And we also have, Tesla involved with some other groups and initiatives that I've been watching as well, to no surprise. And now we have additional competitors to Tesla. I really wish this is just a side note, I really wish, I'm so stupid, my buddy was telling me just to buy like a lot more Tesla earlier on, and I really could have made a nice flip, and I didn't, so sad story. Oh well. Anyways, so in order to discover how blockchain tech can make transportation safer, more affordable, more widely accessible, a new consortium of automakers formed the Moby, I'm just going to say Moby, Mobility Open Blockchain Initiative. Notice this, actively working with companies accounting for over 70% of global vehicle production in terms of market share. So this is a bit why I'm interested to keep up with this. It is quite hush-hush, but I'd imagine that they are working on some big things. And essentially, they're also waiting for blockchain to mature as a whole. All right? So keep an eye on these groups. These are, not small manufacturers. We already saw 70, maybe 70+% of the overall market share in today's environment. And now there's going to be a few projects down here, and we can see right here, they're working with partners focused on the VIDs, the VIDs, vehicle identity, history, data tracking, supply chain tracking, transparency, efficiency. So I've already been naming some projects, guys, that are in this initiative, and I think that they are definitely helping, whether it's a consultant-like role or they're going to be a central part of this. So I think you guys understand why I'm a bit bullish on these assets long term when we see utility. Until, like right now, guys, anything goes. Right now, the market can do whatever it wants. There's no rules right now. It is just the Wild West, and I know people don't believe that, but until we have utility, we don't have a ground floor quite yet. So expect massive price swings, but do not be afraid by it, and understand that we are not at the top of this market. We are not at the top. If we go down, we are going to pass through this higher high eventually, or make a higher high. So autonomous machine and vehicle payments. Payments is what I'm talking about. Right? I mean, we think we can even talk about IOTA in the tangle rather than just, blockchain per se, mobility, commerce, data markets for autonomous human driving, car sharing, which we saw in that video clip. Notice insurance, energy, congestion, pollution, everything. And now energy just makes me think of energy web, right? So keep a close eye on all these connections and then the people in this ecosystem, guys. And please, doing research is not watching my video. Doing research is watching my video and then going online and finding additional connections. All right. So Moby's partners include, just so you guys can see again, we have IOTA, we have VeChain. Now, some of these get removed from the list at times, so I don't know what to think and make of it. But at the end of the day, they're working on something big. We have Fetch AI, we have Ocean Protocol, and I'm waiting for Ocean Protocol and Fetch to be listed on Coinbase. I'd imagine this will happen in 2021, and let's just say I really, really like the charts of those two assets, and some Fibonacci points that I have set for targets, but very excited for that nonetheless. All right. So, and then last but not least, this is the last one right here. Blockchain in the insurance industry. Now, this was December 2nd, 2020, all new. And again, thank you, Matt. Appreciate you and all the stuff you send me and, share with the community as well. So we have, and I'm just going to summarize this and then kind of go through a few bullet points because I think it's going to be eye-opening as we talk about, these high prices for XRP and other digital assets. And of course, I believe it. I know it. I've done the research, but some people kind of just watch a video and they see a title and they can't even explain the tokenomics of a project, or they just say, oh, it's going to go into this market and dominate. You have to understand the actual use cases and then try to paint a picture. You can play it conservative. You can play it hypey. At the end of the day, you got to be in the game. And the biggest risk in this market or in this life is not taking any risk at all. All right. When I'm in my grave, I'll be able to say that I swung the bat, and that is the truth. So right here, in short, a blockchain is a distributed ledger to store static records and or dynamic transaction data without the need of a central authority as the coordinator, by using a consensus-based mechanism to check the validity of transactions and hash encryption to ensure unchangeability. Like that sounds highly secure and also distributed. A blockchain's main characteristics are decentralized validation. Okay. So it's a group that comes up with the validation, these validators. Redundancy. So if one point goes out, it's still running in another place. Immutable storage and encryption. What's done is done. You cannot change the records. It would be quite hard for the Bitcoin blockchain. You would, have to move pretty quickly and have a lot of the power to do so. And encryption, highly secure. It is thus well suited for applications, all applications, just like when we made the internet, guys, and we have like Microsoft Office and Excel and all these other, little applications built on top of it that changed business forever. Same concept, except bigger than we can even fathom. Notice, applications requiring transparency of records with permanent time and data stamps. This is why blockchain apps are particularly, and we'll call blockchain apps, guys, for all of you newbies, dApps. You can just call them, it's dApps, distributed applications, or decentralized applications. You can just call them dApps. Are particularly interested for the insurance industry, even though insurance industry lags behind the banking industry in terms of technology adaptation. That's good to know. So insurance lags behind banking, and banking sure is slow, but it's happening in front of our eyes. It is uniquely positioned to benefit from blockchain, just like so many other industries. Please understand that. Just understand the price you see in these crypto assets that are legitimate and have good fundamentals are a lie. They are a mirage. It is fairy dust. It is a distraction until they unleash the flood, until the floodgates open. And I truly believe that. You guys, if you disagree with me, that's fine. Do your own research. I'll believe what I want. You guys do the same. The utilization of blockchain apps could help an insurance undertaking addressing the competitive challenges resulting from poor customer engagement, limited growth in mature markets, and the trends of digitization. Now, a few points. Possible implications we could see: better storage, better data storage and exchange, better claims management through smart contracts, if and then statements that are automated. It's just programs like pure code that will do contracts, no more relying on different people, and it will all be transacted and traced, and it cannot be changed. It's all the benefits of blockchain, or DLT. Index-based insurances, we can see peer-to-peer insurance, regulatory boundaries. It just goes on and on and on. And now another point I want to make is this. Essentially, with streaming of payments, and if XRP was one of the mediums of payment to do that, just like initiatives that Coil.com are working on for XRP, and this isn't just all speculation, we have things that are being worked on. We have central banks that have proof of concepts. We have huge institutions and huge money backing this ecosystem. So please understand, we are still highly in a speculative market, but it is changing, and you can see this transfer occurring. All right. So just like when you leave the car, or you get in your car and you're driving around, maybe you just pay for insurance if you drive a lot. If you're driving, 2 hours a day, you might pay higher rates of insurance per month than someone that only runs to the grocery store once a week. So same concept applies, just like with Netflix. Instead of paying $10 or $20 a month for a subscription, if you only watch one episode a month, you might only stream for what you use and pay 30 cents. But if you're watching it every day to fall asleep, maybe you are paying 10 or 15 bucks a month. So it's going to be pay as you go, or different initiatives like that to create more efficiency as well. And it'll all be in real time, just like payroll. Instead of getting paid every 2 weeks, maybe you get paid at the end of the day. And then when the banking and ecosystem becomes faster, it's real time when you check in, check out, etc. So just wanted to share that, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If this video was valuable, please give it a like. I'm trying to get 1,000 likes in this video. YouTube has been shadow banning me, so I haven't been getting seen a lot lately, and I'm just excited to share all this information. I'll keep putting videos out regardless, and I will see you in the next one.